Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This is Football. Guys, my head is hot. I am rattled. And I will hold my hand up and admit I am 100% rattled. I am angry. My head's gone. This is the first time on This is Football history we do two match reactions on the same day to the same game. My head is on Mars. My brain is scrambled. I am still trying to work out what the hell I just watched at the Etihad, and my brain is going in all crazy directions. I've already cussed about 15 people out. My head's on Mars. I feel like I want to punch Tom Little in the background for no apparent reason whatsoever. And I just want to fight. I'm on edge. I told you guys about Robertson. I told you guys about this midfield. I told you guys about all of these bozos, and my head's all over the place. I'm angry. I'm gonna be real. You know, lying is not good. My head is hot. I am rattled. I am angry, and I need some backup. So I DM'd 5-6 people, just testing people's anger levels. There's two guys in the background right now. One guy we're gonna bring in later because he's busy on Tinder. Both of them, I DM'd them. And I'm like, guys, what are your anger levels? One guy told me he is 10 out of 10 angry. The other guy told me he's 11 out of 10 angry. And you know, sometimes in therapy, when you want to feel better about your life, you've got to share your levels of anger with someone else. And this is honestly me right now. I am so angry. I went out, and whilst I was out, I decided to do this show. That's how my head is gone after today's game. 4-1 away at Man City, and they turned it into a practice game the last 20 minutes. I cannot do this. I cannot do this. I'm fuming, you guys. So everyone watching us right now, I don't want to keep saying this because there's 3 angry people. So make sure you slap the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Everyone right now, please like the video. Subscribe to This is Football. Big up Ryan, who's already sent in a super chat. He says, Salah for captain, best mentality of the club. Bro, make number 11 captain and send number 14 to the reserves. I beg you. Give him the armband because he's the only guy who actually cares. He's the only guy who actually gives a you know what. I don't want to swear, but thank you so much, Ryan, for the super chat. Slap the likes, guys. Subscribe. There's no reason why we shouldn't be on 100 likes. And I don't want to keep interrupting the show because we're mad. So like the video, subscribe. Now, first guy joining me is a guy who's probably going to come in for the next 15 minutes like a little bozo, do a little bit Tuchel prop, do a little bit Xabi Alonso prop, Amorim prop, you know, because he thinks if we sack Klopp, maybe life will be a lot better. I actually didn't see his reaction on the terrace because I was busy eating iftar after the game. And then I did my spaces, and then I did my reaction. This has been a season from hell. And the guy who's actually probably been on more shows with me on the season from hell is my little brother. 10 years, I'm 10 years older than him. He's my little bro right here. None other than the man himself, Thomas Little. What are you doing, Tom?
My future manager right there. Xabi Alonso, my future manager. I mean, he didn't miss much. All I said on the terrace was Jurgen Klopp fucked it up today, as he has done all season. And that I want Amorim or Alonso. I mean, at the end of the day, look, the 3 managers I've backed this season to go on and be our future manager, Tuchel, Alonso, Amorim, all 3 won today. Tuchel won a massive title game in his first game in charge. Alonso won a tough game against the potential banana skin, something we haven't done all season. And the exact same thing with Amorim. Meanwhile, our manager gets praise for making substitutions that don't even help us. Because guess what? He won us a trophy 5 years ago. Whoop-de-doo. This is the situation we're in. It's sad. It's sad.
So, since you've got the mic, take it away, my brother. Your thoughts on said game?
I would say, you know, I normally like to start with the positives, but
there's only one positive, to be fair.
Are there positives?
Yes.
Jota was all right.
No, you have no football brain. How are you saying Jota's all right? Stop. There's only one guy to start with. You have to
hold on. Wait there. Look, right. I'll nail it off with the who I think was all right today. Allison, Canate, Salah, Jota, and Gakpo. I think Gakpo was
So
all
you
right as
thought
well.
5 players were good and we lost 4-1.
I didn't say they were good. I said they were all right.
Anyway, forget that. Carry on. What do you think about the game? Look at this. I can't lie, you've got haters today. Bomo said, "Can I punch Tom as well?" This is a guy on Spaces as well, so he knows Tom really well. Big up to you, Momo, man. I think you can punch him, but you can actually do
You'll
it
probably
properly.
clop in on you. You probably accept these sort of results. So what am I to say? What am I
Oh,
to
there
say?
you go. There you are. There you are. Husam Hate
Nah.
League. Here we go. There we go.
Look,
Where
I
is
mean, the defense was shit. The midfield was awful. The attack never got the balls to do anything consistent. We set up in the right way. On paper, we were set up perfectly fine. You know, you've got 4-4-2, which worked last time out. You've got the players that can work better in the system. But what we done was we went the complete wrong way about it. When you play that 4-4-2, I perceive it as you commit the wingers so your wing backs stay defensive. What we done was commit the fullbacks, and the wingers had zero fucking idea what to do. Robertson, I don't know where he was going for half the goals. Trent, I don't know where he was going for the other half of the goals. The centre backs, not a clue. The midfield, fuck me. We might as well just add a massive arrow pointing to where you can get at our defence. And we had 2 weeks without this team. We had 2 weeks, and we were sitting there going, you know what? Maybe they'll put out the bag. It's City, it's away, big game. This team have a decent record on big games away. We've lost, we haven't won in 5 in a row. Maybe it'll be sick time lucky. No. We are going to go a full season without winning a 12:30 game. That's going to happen. We have to accept that. And we have to point fingers and we have to criticise. And look, my love for Jurgen Klopp will never change. But for this season, for last season, and even part of the year before that, this manager has limited us at times. He has done. He's got us to levels that we never thought he could. He's limited us. So he's about there. That is fine. If we stick by that, that's okay. But that will never achieve that level of success anymore. Because that level is being reached by 3 other teams at this point ahead of us. I love Jurgen Klopp. But for the future of this football club, there has to be a legitimate, serious conversation about his future. Because let's not act like there's no other manager in the world of football who can come in and get a tune out of these players, who can come in and bring in a different tactical style to these players, who can come and get results out of these players, because that's what football is. It's a results business. And Amorim and Xabi Alonso come into this team and get fucking results. They get results. They play nice football. They get results. They win stuff. And I don't believe that with the current makeup of the squad and with the amount of surgery that needs to be done, Jurgen Klopp can do that. And it hates me. It hates me, but I'm realistic.
Speaking of someone who's realistic, he realistically ate in the background. Because I think maybe if he listened to Tom, he would have vomited. Or actually, I don't know if he's Klopp out as well. So, Brighton today had 15,000 XG. And he was one of the reasons why you guys know him. Montel. How you doing, bro?
Bro, man, call me by my government name. That's crazy. This is what Liverpool got us doing. Government. Man ran the government.
I thought your government name was Tariq.
Oh, nice.
You know,
It actually
Lamptey
is
and
Tariq.
all that.
My gov's Tariq. Tariq Monts. Lamptey. That's my gov.
Should I give them your full name as well?
No, you good, bro.
How else they gonna find you on Insta?
They don't need to find me on Instagram. Don't find me anywhere. I'm hiding. I'm in hiding right now. You know, hiatus. That's what Liverpool are doing to me. Hiatus.
Talk to me about today.
Yeah, I'm seeing the comments. Hey, chill. Minerals, chill. chill. You not
Are
be
you just
Googling this
naming
shit.
random fullbacks in this league and just going like Monts looks like?
Man, I'm dashing
Come
my
on,
whole name. Anyway, listen, people.
This ain't
That's
his
not my
name.
last name anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not my last name. But yeah, man. I'm tired. Jurgen Klopp, he's on thin ice, G. He's been on thin ice for a while now. The only reason I'm not going to use this game to say Klopp out because in my opinion, losing to anyone can lose to City, innit? It's just the way we lost to City. I didn't think, oh yeah, like we're definitely going to win this game. My heart was telling me we could win. And I'm not going to lie, after the first half, with how open City were playing, especially on transition, City were there for the taking in that first half. But like Husam said, City decided to change the game into a training session. They treated us like they've treated Arsenal for the last 7 years in that game. That's what they did. The substitutions, the tactics, taking Salah off in the 69th minute when he looked like the only one who really gave a fuck. Oh, listen, you don't want me to go into that. And he looks like he's running out of ideas. Welcome back to the banter era, guys. Banterpool are back. RIP Liverpool, 2018 to 2022. We go again. Go again next year. There's nothing to play for. You can forget about top four. Do the players care about top four? Do the players even care about the manager? Do the players even care to play for the badge? So who is really playing for the badge at this point? You know, you can't play shit for 75 minutes and then decide to press, and then you're playing right back, and then you decide to press Edison and then run around like a headless chicken trying to press like what Robbo. You know when Robbo done that and we was all applauding him in the Champions League a few years back when Trent decided to just start playing as a striker for about 5 minutes. Where was that sprinting energy when Grealish and KDB done the 1-2? Because after the ball went back to KDB, Trent decided to jog and let him cut it back. Just let him cut it back to Grealish. Virgil probably could have even cleared the ball off the line. Didn't do that either. I can pick out loads of individual performances that really make my blood boil. But watching that game today, I'd rather play hopscotch on Lego in barefoot. I'd rather do a roly-poly on needles. I'd rather run 5 kilometers with pins and needles. There's so many things I'd rather do than watch Liverpool play right now. Do you know what was therapeutic? The international break. Because I didn't have to watch these fuckers run around and think they can do something, and think they can play football, and think they can just coast their way through a game once more. You know? We don't even go head-to-head anymore. Outclassed, out-tacticked, poor substitutions, 4 subs at once. Why does Oxlade-Chamberlain look like our best centre mid in 2023?
Whilst playing on the wing. Whilst playing on the wing as well.
Yes, whilst playing on the wing. We went 4-2-4 when we were 3-1 down. Like Klopp said, the one thing he was right about all game is lucky City were just in the mood. Lucky they had Bayern. Lucky City have Bayern. Because if we didn't have Bayern, we would have held 7 just like Man U did. It's that simple.
Our backup centre mid is shaking their manager's hand after 20 minutes.
Shaking
and we thought we were getting sorted out this game.
No, I've got to address this, Tom. Sorry. I'm so glad you both didn't touch on it first because Arthur Melo. Arthur Melo is the worst loan in footballing history. You come up here, you play 3 minutes against Napoli, you're breathing like a heavy smoker on the football pitch. And then after that, you basically get injured for 7 months. And your first highlight is shaking the hand of Pep Guardiola. Send him back to Spezia or Monza or wherever the hell he came from. And don't bring him back. Arthur Melo, who are you? Who are you? Send him back tomorrow. Don't wait till the end of the season. Tomorrow, send him back to Spezia or wherever the hell he came from. I don't even know where we loaned him from. Some B-Tech shit mid-table club. Send him back. Send him back. You're out here shaking Pep Guardiola's hand. Do you see the difference between Tsimikas, my left back, and that guy? Man out here shaking his hand. What are you shaking his hand for? I don't care if you were at Barca together. I don't care wherever the hell you were together. Send him back. Send him back this military service. Ruthlessness starts now. Send him back to wherever the hell shit Italian club he came from. Pathetic, bro. Pathetic. This is the you know, I told these guys when I messaged them, I told them, guys, this is the first ever time we're gonna do like a double reaction. But it's because my head is on Mars. I'm actually so angry. How do they just walk all over us like we didn't exist? We didn't exist on that football pitch. We really didn't exist. And today, the substitutions, the players, everything is just like people come up here and say, Klopp this, Klopp that. I get it. Yes, we can blame Klopp and we should blame Klopp and he should be held accountable. But I look at some of these players, bro, and I'm like, what? Today was April's Fool's Day. 2 days ago, 7, 8 years ago, football content creation changed forever. He's the biggest fool in Manchester, and that is you, David Moyes. That happened again today. The biggest fools in Manchester today were Liverpool Football Club as a collective. And once again, I'm not in the business of isolating blame on one or two individuals. FSG, Klopp, Pep Linders, players, every single person has got to be held accountable. We need ruthlessness. We need a different approach. And I'm sorry, it starts with Jurgen. Jurgen needs to show that ruthless edge as well. Today coming out and saying Henderson and Fabinho closed the gaps well. Brother, they walked past our midfield like we were non-existent. Closed what well? We were open more than the Sahara Desert. We were open, it's like from Jordan to Saudi Arabia, just straight up desert from start to finish. What is this problem, bro? Like this football club is just a joke. And once again, this goes back to our conversations on this channel. Forget other channels. What I always tell people, Robertson is protected to the point of no return. And the likes of Tom Little come and tell me assist this and last season this and before that this. Robertson's crap. I can at least say Trent played a part in creating the first goal. Robertson got ripped apart defensively and was horrible going forward. Horrible.
Yeah.
This is his absolute worst performance ever in a Liverpool shirt.
100% it is. I'm not going to argue against that.
People give him a blight because he pressed Ederson 5 years ago. And we all sang Robertson's name. We get it.
That's not me giving him a buy, though, is it? Look, I can't be asked getting into the Robertson stuff today. We can do a separate stream for that.
If you sell Robertson and get Nuno Mendes, would you get him?
No, because Nuno Mendes is in a back five, which we don't play. Nuno Mendes works best in a back five. We don't play a back five, so we buy another fucking wing back to play at left back. And
so you're literally
gets caught out of position.
So you're literally as sentimental as Klopp then.
No.
So which other left back in the world do you like? Tell me.
For our system.
Tsimikas. Let's play Tsimikas, bro.
Yeah, Tsimikas is probably the closest we've got.
Answer's in the squad. Just play Tsimikas.
You know what? Last season, Tsimikas was playing unbelievable football, and he got dropped for Chelsea, funnily enough. Our next game is Chelsea. Time for Tsimikas to run his revenge season. Can't lie to you. Big up to Amin, who says, at this stage last season, we had 47 points. LFC, 42. I don't know if this stage last season is the same as the stage this season with like the difference in games and stuff.
Oh, no, Husam, do you want to know a good stat about at the same point this season? You know, this is our second worst point tally ever in the Premier League at this point of the season.
That's amazing.
Only worsened by the Roy Hodgson team. This is our second worst, just ahead of Roy Hodgson by 3 points. One single game is the only reason we're ahead of Roy Hodgson's shit team.
So what you're telling us, Tom, is that Alberto Moreno, Nathaniel Klein, Ragnar Klavan, and Dejan Lovren were a better back four at this point in the season. Interesting. Very interesting.
Well, we read this one already. Chainsaw says, if Chelsea and Arsenal win against us, Klopp sacked.
If Chelsea and Arsenal...
When's the limit for you? Where's your limit?
No, but you have to answer first.
No, where's your limit, bro?
No, where's yours? Because you just sit on the fence. You've been sitting on the fence.
Yeah, because I do. Part of me believes that he deserves the chance to turn it around, but part of me also believes that you're not convincing me right now. I haven't been convinced for the last six months. But 5 brilliant years, 6 months that are really bad. It's about getting through the harder times. And I feel like anyone who is Klopp out, I don't argue with them because any other manager apart from Klopp would have been sacked by now. That's why I sit on the fence, because I'm torn between those two places. He deserves, he has the money in the bank, so he deserves the time to rectify it. But how deep and how dark are you going to pull Liverpool into? How deep is the hole going to be for you to try and dig them back out again? How embarrassing does it get? Damage limitation for the rest of the season, we stay, we try and rebuild next year. But if it gets to a point where it becomes embarrassing, 11th, 12th place, get out of my club. That's where it goes for me.
Listen, for me, I've always said it's not even a thing where like I'm gonna say if we're here, I'm gonna be Klopp out or none of that. It's just a feeling for me. If I feel like Klopp can't take us forward anymore, I'll say it. I ain't scared.
The
Big up
thing
to
is,
Mr. Tibbs.
there's a very real possibility that come the end of next week, so Monday the 10th, we could be bottom half of the table.
And there is also a real possibility that we are 5th or 4th.
There's more of a possibility we're bottom half than more of a possibility that was 4th. That's the sad matter of fact, Sam. You've got to consider that. Look, at the end of the day, I love what Jurgen Klopp has achieved for this club. I will never take that away from him. But there has to be a life for Liverpool Football Club after him. And I don't want to sacrifice that to give him loads of opportunities to rectify this. I would sooner sit there and wonder what if Klopp had got more time than go, we shouldn't have given Klopp more time. That's the be all end all of it with me. I'd rather there's a what if at the end rather than a we shouldn't have. That's the big thing about it. Because he deserves better than that. And it's not just one bad year. Let me just preface this by saying it's not just one bad year. These same problems were there last year. And these same problems were there the year before that. But
Tom, are you Klopp out? Just say it, bro.
I want Amorim, yeah.
So you're fully Klopp out now. You ain't going to wait till the end of the season and all that. So you can't change your mind.
Look, I'll wait till the end of the season because there's no point in changing the manager with fucking 6 games to go. But coming the end of the season, if Jurgen Klopp was to leave this football club, you're not going to see me go, oh, it's a disgrace. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. No, I'd sit there and go, he deserves it. He's right. Because, like Monts said, if there was any other manager in charge of Liverpool Football Club at this point in time, they would have been sacked.
I hear you. Mr. Tibbs says the 7-0 curse strikes again. Well, we're making up curses now. December 2021, Liverpool won 7-0 at Crystal Palace and then struggled after. City won 7-0 and then they won 6-0 and then they beat us 4-1. So I'm sorry, I don't believe in that curse. We're just making up curses at this point. Like, I believe in the Madrid, for example. I'm with you. Okay, maybe we are cursed against Madrid because it never goes right, whether we're crap or not. But now we're making up a 7-0 curse. Oh, God. That's what I'm saying, Chris. This is Chris from Spaces, by the way. Just say it with chest, like Klopp out. Just say it.
But
you know, out here.
But I am. What do you want me to say? But my point of view hasn't changed. I don't want Jurgen Klopp to go with 6 games to go. But at the end of the season, I want him gone because I don't believe that he's the right man to take us forward. That's the be-all end-all. Do you know how much it hurts me to say that? It hurts so much because of what this man has done for us. But with what he's done in the past 3 seasons, what we're looking to do, and what I believe can do, there are much better managers out there. And I have to look at the best interests of Liverpool. And the best interests of Liverpool are to get the best manager.
Has football progressed past Jurgen Klopp's tactics?
Yes.
Because remember,
it hasn't progressed past his tactics. It's progressed past his management. So his tactics still work, but he never manages it correctly. So when he needs to change it up or when he needs to manage it differently, he never does that. If you were able to play his tactics for 38 games in a season, you'd do well. But as a manager, the other side of it, he lets himself down with.
I think it's the lack of it's the being unable to adapt, and I think that we will agree. We'll sit here and agree. You just said it right now. When everything is in place, and you've got at least 90% of the things in place for the system to work, I believe Klopp's system is top 3 in the world, top 3 on the planet. Yeah, can we all agree on that? I'm pretty sure we've proved it by being one of the best teams in the world for a certain amount of time. However, when one piece of the puzzle or a couple pieces of the puzzle fall off, everything else comes crumbling down. And that's the difference between Pep and that's the difference between Klopp. is that Pep was able to he was able to rotate, and he was able to shift and change his tactics a certain way to suit certain situations. The biggest change we saw was a slight change to the 4-2-3-1 to get Shaqiri in the team in 2018, 2019. Apart from that, it's the same players playing the same position, playing the same way, year in, year out. We saw the cracks. Some of us saw the cracks. A lot of other people ignored it. The top Reds ignored it. The top Reds still ignore it. But I digress from that before I get attacked and let me close my window before that someone tries to find me. I said that too loud. But listen,
I genuinely love to take on Paul Machin in a boxing ring. I actually would love it.
Like
for charity.
And I think the epitome of
now that I said for charity, I saved myself. Now it's for a good cause. You get me? I saved it.
The epitome of that and not being able to adapt, I think, is Virgil van Dijk. I think he epitomizes that side of Jurgen Klopp and Jurgen Klopp's system the most. And Trent Alexander as well, but that's too obvious. I'm saying this because now we're in a bit of a crisis where things have to change, and there's been a slight change. And when you do something for so long the same way, you're not going to be able to change it within the space of 6 months and have it be successful. Even City have changed their tactics, and they're not high flying. They're not the high flying City we're used to. Any Liverpool team in the last 5 years beat this City team to the title this year. Let's be honest. Let's be real with it. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not the same team, and they've had to shift tactics.
That team with Reece Williams and that Phillips beats them to the title. That team was more consistent than this shit we've got to watch week in, week out.
This is what I'm saying. So when I say that, but the difference is when Liverpool have to shift and change and adapt to a certain situation they're in, we sit in 8th. When City have to adapt to a certain situation, they're still fighting for the title. They can still win the treble. That's the difference between stability. And with Jurgen Klopp, when you have things done the same way for so long, unless you're just that good, maybe people are right. Systematic players, or these players have become systematic players. Virgil van Dijk was the best defender in the world for 4 years. Yeah? Cool. Great. Virgil van Dijk is brilliant at ushering players away from the goal. Right? We can all agree on that. He ushers players away from the ball. He hates to go to ground. He buys time for everyone else to get back and for Liverpool to reset when he's in really isolated positions. He's the best at that. Probably arguably one of the best we've ever seen. Do that type of defending. Usher players away. Lean on players. All of that stuff. When you don't have a DM in front of you that is competent, or if you don't have a midfield who can run, things change, and you can't defend like that anymore. So what's happened is Liverpool's midfield situation has changed, but Virgil van Dijk is still defending the same way as if his midfield is a fully functioning engine. And that's what it is. So now he's been so used to not getting dirty. Now that he has to get dirty, it's an issue, unfortunately. And Liverpool has had to change, but Virgil can't change. He's struggling to change. And until and the only way to fix it is we change Virgil van Dijk, or he has to change, but it doesn't look like it, or the midfield has to change. But the midfield hasn't changed in 4 years. We've signed one midfielder in 4 years. So, and the same as with Trent. Trent is defending the same way he's had to defend with a working midfield. Trent defends most of the time like Henderson still has his legs. Like Henderson's going to come and save the day. Same with Van Dijk. Like Fabinho's just going to come and save the day. And the man them are too used to playing like everything's still working. These players can't adapt. And if they take longer than the end of the season to adapt, they have to go. They have to go. Salah's had to adapt to a touchline winger. Has he had a bad season? By his standards, yeah. Has he still been the best player by far? 100%. It is what it is.
The sad thing is, though,
from, let me ask you guys this question.
Just before we get on to it, Sam.
Because I do want to ask a question, Tom. Hold tight. This question and the follow-up question, because it's going to relate to what we're going to say. Big up to Jake, who says, question for all. By the way, guys, there's 500 people watching me, even on 200 likes yet. Yeah, what is this? 500 people watching us right now. We're clearly all in distress. Slap the like button. Subscribe to This Is Football if you're ready to do so, and keep letting us know your thoughts. Big up to everyone who sent in super chats. I'm gonna shout you out, guys, in a sec. Question for all of you: if you had the chance after seeing the results this season, if you could go back to Napoli away and sack him, would you? I'd do it hands down. Here's the thing. Let me ask you guys this question. I'm gonna shout out this guy, Mike Das. He's a guy who comes on the halftime shows. He's a guy that is very well spoken on football, to be fair, even though he's American. And he says, basically, his point is Jurgen Klopp now asking the players to do something that they're not comfortable with? Like, is he asking players to do stuff that they cannot do? Or is he asking players to do stuff outside of their powers, for example?
He's asking them to do the same thing, and
But they can't do it. He's not changed what he's asking them to do. The players just simply have declined to a point where they can't do it. That's why it looks so weird. That's why at times you sit there and go, that's Liverpool, i.e. the 7-0. Because they can't do it consistently, but give them a one-off game, they can pull it out the bag. But they can't do it consistently. So we get a game like United where we win 7-0 and you're sitting there going, that's Liverpool. But then you get 3 to 4 games on the bounce where you're going, that's shit. That is dog shit. Because the players are then going, I need to recover. I need to get back. No. This is the difference between the team that won shit and the team that doesn't. We never need the 3 to 4 games to recover after a big game. That's the difference. At the end of the day, look, this team has run its course. It has. That's fine. Teams run their course. Our issue is I have zero trust in the club, whether you believe it's the manager or the director of football or whatever, to be ruthless. I don't see them letting go of Henderson. I don't see them letting go of Trent.
Would you have sacked him post Napoli then? If you could go all the way back to August, this is what this guy's asking as follows. Let's say Tom Little, Monts, and Husam are in charge, and we go all the way back to August. We just lose 4-1 to Napoli. Do you sack him at that point? Be real. If it's a yes, say yes. If it's a no, say no.
No. Because my point of view then was no, and my point of view now is no, because I'm not going to judge it on what we've seen from now on. I'm going to judge it from what it was now.
Months?
No, I wasn't. It was. I haven't even when we got smoked by Napoli, I was still more looking at the players as opposed to the tactics at that point. And if you remember, guys, it was more Pep Linders that everyone wanted to blame at the time. Let's be honest, that's what we were doing back then. Go check the videos. Watch the videos back.
Book Club was fucking hilarious. We done Book Club because of fucking Napoli and shit like that.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's right now. It's from top to bottom, and Jurgen Klopp, for me, 80% to blame this season.
If you're looking for a game to sack him off, if you're looking for a game where you're going, that's the turning point. It's either Brighton 3-0 or it's Wolves 3-0. Yeah. They're the two where you go, that's it. Because they were the ones where I sat there and went, there was nothing. Normally, you can see a slight positive. Maybe it's a player's done well or whatever. In those games, I could take 0 positives. And it looked like the team didn't want to play for the manager. At that point, you get rid of him. And my point of view on the team still don't want to play for the manager is still there. It is still there. I don't believe this team are 100% behind the manager. And my point then was, if a team isn't behind the manager, you get rid of the manager. My point of view now still remains, if a team isn't fully behind the manager, you get rid of the manager. Because you can't afford to have a team that is butting heads with each other. It's just not sustainable.
I hear you. Thoughts on Melo smiling and shaking hands with I can't lie. We have given our thoughts on that already, and I just want to punch Melo in the face for that. Big up Felipe.
It's worse because Simicast was stone faced. You know, he told Pep to do one, and then Arthur comes up. Hello, Joseph. Hello, Joseph. Oh my God, it's Joseph. Yeah, that was a good goal. And then he walks off. He was dead excited. It was like a fucking little kid getting to meet fucking Buzz Lightyear at Disneyland. He couldn't wait to shake his hand. We had Simicast and we had Firmino walk past him stone-faced. Arthur Melo couldn't wait to shake his hand like he was fucking Woody or Mickey Mouse. He probably would have got his fucking picture took with him if there was a fucking photographer nearby. And this is what we're employing. He was a shit loan anyway because he never played. and we've just basically paid for him to use the NHS to get well again. Now, he's a shit loan who doesn't even care about the football club. Like, we've had some bad loans. Stephen Corker was an awful loan. He was still better than the shit show I've seen from Melo this season. And it makes it even worse when you realise that this club thought that was the solution to our problems this season. Shambles.
Lord have mercy. By the way, this guy's a Bayern fan. Shuts down all the anti-Salah dumbass arguments. Send me Salah. I'll send back that bum Mane. Tuchel will win the treble and he'll surpass Klopp. Newcastle will get top 4. Good times never end. Hey, brother. You know, I'm glad people outside non-Liverpool fans can appreciate Mo, because we definitely don't appreciate him. We definitely don't appreciate him as a Twitter fan base. I have to give credit to the guys that go to the game, the Scousers, the locals. They love Mo Salah. But the Twitter conversations about Salah makes me want to vomit. They act like we employ Stuart Downing. It's actually disrespectful. This guy has this many goals in such a horrible
They treat him
team.
like prime Bruno Fernandes. They literally look at him like he's prime Bruno Fernandes. GA, nothing more.
Bro, the way they speak about him, you'd think he's Jamie Vardy, I swear to God. Selection says, Klopp has been bad since last January, been more than 6 months. A serious board would sack Klopp. Klopp usually a master at underdog. He's failing at even that. You know what's this, brother?
Oh, that's... What? Read that one more time? Read that one more time? One more time for me. One more.
Go ahead, man.
Read that. Klopp has been bad since last January. Been more than 6 months. A serious board would sack Klopp. Klopp is usually a master at being the underdog. He's even failing at that. Can we send super chats back to the chat? Can we super chat the chat? Can we give money to them? Because fuck me.
Hey, it's my guy Selection. Me and Selection have been turning a corner recently. We've been agreeing on all this. See, I backed that Selection. I backed that. That's the thing we need to understand.
That's crazy,
we can't just accept the mediocrity that we've been getting. Big clubs don't have this mentality. We celebrate being the most successful club in England. That's what we do. It's what our fans do. So fucking act like it. Don't accept one league title in 30 years. Don't accept the shit we're watching at the minute, where there's a very real possibility we end up in the bottom half of the table. But no, we won something 6 years ago, so he deserves more time. Do you think Man City do that? Do you think United do that? Do you think Chelsea do that? Do you think even fucking Arsenal do that? If they don't do it, why the fuck are we doing it? That's my point.
Listen, man. The people who defend Klopp, you guys making our life hard. I'm going to be sorry with you. I don't even know what to say anymore. As for the Klopp part, I hear you, brother. But once again, we go back to the uncomfortable conversation of me not trusting ownership to replace him properly. And even if they do somehow replace him properly, I don't trust them to give the guy the money. Our defense looks like they're wearing Timberlands, no desire. I don't know what's going on with LFC. Machin, you know, you've been a follower of this channel for a while. And you've heard me speak on these guys 100 million times. You know, for me, the thing I love about myself the most is I keep the same energy. Man, don't do agendas out here. We keep the same energy. I've blamed Trent, I've blamed Robertson, I've blamed Van Dijk, I've blamed every single person. Whoever is deserving of the praise gets it, whoever is deserving of blame gets it. Sultan says 14 needs to be bench. Sucre from Prison Break needs to go as the beep test master. We are Jahannam fi Darak al-Asfal, but to be honest, I got used to it. I can lie to you, brother, today. This is when I clocked that we're done. As the Man City goals were going in, instead of me being angry and like smashing the table or something, like you could just see me sinking. I just sank. I've never seen myself sink on a stream like that. But my energy just went. Can't get more hurt after the Madrid game, full stop. I'll pay what little money I have to get Salah away from your club. Get him to Madrid, Bayern, or PSG. Imagine getting those numbers in those big games. I think he means, bro. I'm telling you right now, if Salah was at Madrid or Bayern, bro, that man would be destroying them leagues.
64 GA against the top 6 in his time at Liverpool. 64.
Imagine.
60 fucking 4. The next closest is in the 40s. Like, Salah is that far clear. And people try and tell me he doesn't sit on the table with Henry. Like, he's at that number 1 table of Premier League attackers. That's what the only positive I can take away from this game. Salah just continues his fucking legacy. Anything else, I'm not leaving with. But you know what, Salah, I appreciate you, lad. Scouts appreciate you. I don't. When people try and argue with me that fucking Sadio Mane, we sold the wrong person, we should have sold Salah. Jesus Christ. Did Sadio Mane even get on the pitch today? They were 4
Hey.
goals up without him.
Come on, man. Big up Salah, man. And then selection says, Martin Lawrence, I think Klopp has shown being the underdog is part of his whole philosophy. Get Zerbi in pronto. Who the hell's Martin? Oh, bad boy? Is he saying he's Will Smith? Wait, you should have chosen Martin Lawrence because it ain't a flex to be Will Smith. Let me tell you that, specifically given what's going on. You know, I don't know if selection wants to be get involved in one of them entanglements. I know you're Jamaican, my brother. You know, the man there don't do that stuff, you know, so pick up to you, selection. Thank you so much for the super chat. But I know you don't want to be Will Smith. I know for a fact you ain't calling Tom Little Martin Lawrence. You know who Tom Little is? Reggie, the 14-year-old they bullied. That's who Tom Little. That's who Tom Little is, Reggie, bro. The guy that he stopped at the door and just bullied the life out of him. That's Tom Little.
He still pulled
Pick up
though.
to-
He still pulled the daughter. So you know what? I raise it. In the end, he still pulled.
Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Listen, there's 600 people watching us, you guys, and still Monts is on his phone. So everyone watching us right now, please don't forget to slap the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Everyone right now, please like the video, subscribe to This Is Football. 600 people watching us. Big up to Sidi, Morshin, Selection, Midway, Felipe, Jake, Tibzo, Chainsaw, Momo, Amin, and Ryan for the super chats. The rest of the season is going to be so boring. We'll play the same football, have the same bad results, and be talking about the same thing. Big up, guys. And you know, Sidi and Monts and Tom will vouch for me and tell you this. I told them this was going to be the first time ever I've done a double match reaction. But because my head is fried, and now I'm listening to the guys, and you know, I'm just as upset, just as angry. I'm genuinely mad. Like, I am actually angry, brother. Like, I just think of how we used to compete in these games. We go to City away, Etihad away, impose our style, impose our system, play actual football. I still remember that game from 18-19. We lost 2-1, but we had an unbelievable performance over there. And now you look at this and you're like, bro, where did it all go wrong? How are we so crap all of a sudden? It makes no sense to me. But big up to you, Sidi, man. So, guys, let me ask you guys the hard-hitting questions.
Go on.
Let me ask Monts this first. Where do Liverpool Football Club go from here, my brother?
Depends on. So it's funny because like after the United win, this prick at the top came out and said we're gonna spend. Why we're gonna spend? And remember when the spirits were high after the 7-0 game. Didn't come out. The first time he's ever said anything all season, I believe. Pretty sure he didn't say anything all season. Beat Man United, comes out and says something. Unagi, you know what I'm saying? Thinks he was onto something there. Obviously, it comes out a couple of days ago that Klopp said we are going to spend. It just depends on who and what he does. He's not too sure, but Liverpool are going to spend, I can assure you. I think when the club needs a revamp and a refresh, by the way, the club shouldn't need a revamp and a refresh. We have 75%-80% of the players we had to still win a quad. So technically, it's within these players' abilities to actually go and win something close to that with a bit more consistency. We keep talking about revamp. I don't even think a full revamp is needed. I think the second you get a world-class DM, football just becomes 10 times easier. Everything just becomes easier. And, you know, it just depends on what club we want to be. Do we want to be the club where we take risk on young players and hope the project comes through? Or do you fill the final pieces of the puzzle with ready-made success win-now players? It's not really in our nature to sign win-now players. Thiago's the only win-now player, but we decided to turn a deep-lying technical midfielder into a roadrunner. So I look at, if we still have Klopp at the end of the season, I think we're going to be in for a harsh reality check, and we're going to have to really reevaluate our expectations and we are a top 4 team. If we look for a refresh and a fresh manager who demands a certain playing style, we're going to have to adapt to that as well. So no matter what we do, I believe the title charging Liverpool is done. RIP Liverpool 2018 to 2022. We are not that team anymore.
Tom Little.
I mean,
Look at this guy. He says KDL should be abolished. Coach with no tactics, bro. Hey, even the trolls are turning now. Hey, Tom Little, Monts, you guys know Messi FC, right? Look at him. Even he, the guy who usually does Curtis Jones prop to piss me off, is now just fully turned. Like,
wow,
look, I mean, it's very hard to defend this manager at the minute. It's very hard to defend these. It's very hard to defend this club as a whole at the minute. I mean, we could. This is the thing. If you'd have asked me before this season, I would have been 100% on board with Jurgen Klopp overseeing the next phase of this club. But this summer has cast a massive amount of doubt in my mind regarding how he manages these transfers, because he wanted Tchouaméni and he didn't get Tchouaméni. And I can imagine how annoying that is. You know, you've got a target who you think's perfect, doesn't work out. What would you do then, Husam, if number 1 target doesn't work? Would you go for number 2 target? Or would you just throw your toys out the pram?
Manager or player?
No, talking about you're the manager and you're trying to buy a player and your number 1 target doesn't work out. So then do you go buy number 2 or do you just sort of go, fuck it, I'm not going to buy anyone?
I'm very real with you. I know exactly what you're pointing at, and you're pointing at last summer. And I've always stood by this, and I will stick by this till eternity. This summer, and I will repeat this till the cows come home. This summer was the fault of Jurgen Norbert Klopp. The winter is the fault of FSG. This is the only realistic conversation anyone can have. Because during the season, Klopp himself said, we need a midfielder. I think if Klopp offered could have got a midfielder in Jan, he would have got one. That was FSG's fault. In the summer, I've used this analogy before, I'm going to use it again. Let's assume I am the CEO of Husam Chemicals. Tom Little is my plant manager. Monts is his assistant. I come to Tom Little in January and I tell him, Tom, yes, we spend money, but we spend money wisely. In January, new equipment is a lot cheaper. Do you need new equipment to make production faster? He's like, no, I'm good. Then he comes back in May when the equipment is more expensive. And he tells me, Husam, we have a problem with the production line. I need players. It's Tom's fault because I offered. I stick by what I said right now. We go back to May of 2022 or June or whenever the hell the transfer window opened. We could have had 2 midfielders in 100 million thousand %. 100 million %.
I mean, look, when I look at this team, when I look at the squad, yes, we know what we need, and maybe the club go out and buy what we need. But there's a difference between buying what we need and playing what we need.
And to basically answer the question, I would have taken Plan B. It cannot be Plan A or nothing. Plan B needs to. Bro, Salah was Plan B. Mane was Plan B. What are we doing here?
Look, I mean, I can put it plainly and simply. Liverpool Football Club, and this is my worry. And guess what? I'm going to be fucking negative. I'm going to be pessimistic because this club has given me nothing to be optimistic about this season. We go out in the summer and we go out and buy Bellingham. We go out and buy, and this is me being the most optimistic, pessimistic I can be because, but I've got 2 points. One, people sit there and say this summer, wasn't on Jurgen Klopp. He didn't get the right transfers. My manager and my coaching staff want to buy Mason fucking Mount, and people want me to back their transfer opinions. That's number one. So they've instantly lost trust there. But let's say a miracle world happens, I win the fucking lottery, and Liverpool buy Bellingham, they buy Garce, they buy Kone, and they buy someone else as well. So the midfield is bang, straight fixed. First game of the season, Husam, what midfield three starting?
James Milner.
Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago. Second game of the season, provided all stay fit. What midfield three is starting? Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago. And people want me to back that. That is sticking by mediocrity and disappointment year in, year out, regarding results, regardless of performance, regardless of anything. That is sticking by what you know, because they were good 5 years ago.
300 million don't buy tactics. It's that simple, though. It's that simple.
This team's crying out for a formation change.
Remember, these players, Tom, whoever we get in, new players still have to adapt to a system. Do you know what I mean? Like, when players come in, they're not just going to straight away, that's how you want me to play?
Some of our best players at the minute, Robertson needed 6 months, Fabinho needed 6 months, Nunez needed some months, and we're sitting there acting like Jude Bellingham's going to come in and instantly click in the system. It's not going to happen that way. This is the thing. Let's say we go out and we spend money, which would be a shock, but we go out and we spend money. I don't back the managers to play the right team, and I don't back the managers to play the right system. This team, since this season, has been crying out to play a number 10. It's been crying out for it. We've bought a striker who is fantastic at running in behind a defence, who is fantastic at operating on the final shoulder. So how do you get the best out of a striker like that? You get in a number 10 behind them, so the striker doesn't have to worry about link-up, so the striker doesn't have to worry about creativity. What we've done is we bought this striker who's fantastic on the last shoulder, and we told him, I need you to link up, I need you to build up play. And then we wondered why he was a bit dodgy up front when he started off. And then when he got on the wing, where his job was operate on the shoulder, running behind, he was good. This team needs a formation change. This team needs a system change. This team needs to go. We almost need Jurgen Klopp needs to sit there and devolve. He needs to go back in time to that 2012 Dortmund system, because that, with this group of players, would win shit. Not this weird amalgamation of tactics that we're playing at the minute, where the right back plays as a right centre back, then he goes to DM. Robertson's on the wing, but he's not. Our left centre mid's fucking anywhere but left centre mid. Our DM's whatever. Our striker, God knows where he is. Our right winger's on the touchline. So then there's just a massive gap there. Like, it doesn't make sense. Go back to basics. Football is a simple game, and we have massively tried to overcomplicate it. All we have to do is go back to simplicity, because our style of football, when we were successful, and I'm sure you two will agree with it, it wasn't fucking, this revolutionary system. It was shit I'd see in League One. It was shit I'd see fucking AFC Wimbledon do on a good day. But we just done it to a level no one had seen before, in terms of efficiency and in terms of quality. And it worked.
And intensity.
Exactly. And now we're sitting there trying to play a completely different system, which revolves around passing, which revolves around ball retention. And we're trying to do it with midfielders and defenders whose the past 7 years of their career have never been about those things. Jordan Henderson hasn't had to retain the ball in years. Why do we expect him to come in and be like Kevin De Bruyne with retaining possession now? It's not going to work. This is why I point things at the manager. You're the manager. You should see these things. If us three can sit there on a Husam x Tom x Monts stream and be able to identify these issues, we're getting paid fuck all. You're getting paid 200 grand a week. Identify these issues and fix them. Because it's not rocket science to figure out why we're going wrong this season. But you want to be stubborn. You want to be stubborn. You want to believe that next year all will be okay and that we'll all click back into place. Well, guess what? If next year we get to January and we ain't top of the league, wow, I tell you what, it's ropes for you, man, Jürgen. It's ropes. Absolute ropes.
Ropes now. Ropes now. Ropes now.
I can't lie. I feel like you guys are both just done. I'm gonna be real with you. You know what it is? I'm gonna be honest. The next 2 games for you, you just can't. Like if anything bad happens in the next 2 games, you guys are done. Big up to
No.
Joseph from Nigeria. Naija no de carry last. Big up to my Nigerian people, always showing love, man. After today's game, I'll say this team needs 2 new centre backs in the summer: Kim Min Jae and Skriniar. Skriniar deal with PSG has been signed. You can steal him. Hasn't been signed, I think you mean. Virgil van Dijk has been too complacent. Joseph, you know, one day I wish I wake up and I'm that director of football at Liverpool Football Club. I really wish. I promise you, if I was director of football, we would win the quadruple next season. But just give me the power, give me the keys. You see that those 2. You see if we get Kim Min-jae and Skriniar, are you mad? The amount of clean sheets we would keep. Alisson would never have to make a save ever.
That's a
Alisson
lie.
would go 15 games without
That's a
touching the
lie.
ball.
With Fabinho, them man aren't doing shit either. With Fabinho in front of them.
Montel, are you gonna disrespect
Even
my legacy? Do you think I'm not gonna sign a DM
yes,
as the director of football?
If
Do you
Kim
think I'm not gonna
Jae-
sign a DM?
If Kim
Do you
James
think
Skriniar
I like?
plays
Do you
centre-back
think I like
for Liverpool,
Fabinho?
with this Fabinho playing ball, we're still leaking goals. Under these tactics, no centre back is safe. Under these tactics, with this midfield, no centre back
that
is
AC
safe.
Milan defense of 05, you know, what's regarded as one of the best defenses of all time. Yapstam, Paolo Maldini, Alessandro Nesta, Cafu. You could put those in our Liverpool system and put Henderson and Fabinho in front of them. They're conceding 20 shots a game. I don't think people understand. This is the reason I've got sympathy for our defenders at times.
Would you take them? Because I know you're very well aware
We
of the
take
European.
them. I'm not saying we wouldn't take them, but what's good without security?
I'd take them, but I wouldn't expect them to be the difference. I wouldn't sit there and expect Kim Min-jae to stop the issues that are happening at this football club, because the centre-backs aren't the main issue. It's the midfield. We sit there going into games expecting a tree with no footballing ability and a 19-year-old to dominate Premier League midfields. And then we sit there after the game going, what? It didn't work? It's a joke.
I don't know.
Tom's fully had enough. Wake up to Chika. He says, what manager would be best for Liverpool if Klopp got
Amorim.
sacked? And how many players? No, he wouldn't. And how many players do you see Liverpool buying this summer since this team needs help?
We need 6. Amorim and we need Alonso. Amorim or Alonso, and we need 6 players in the summer.
Who's the first manager again?
Ruben Amorim, the sporting manager.
Okay. I mean, I look at someone like Luis Enrique, but I think his football IQ is too high for the players at our squad.
Could you imagine him trying to coach Jordan Henderson?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It'll be an insult for him coming here.
That's wild.
He'd resign after a week. Imagine
what's wrong with that? Wait, what was wrong with what I said? What did I say? What did I say?
You see these Barca Rondo? Have you seen these Barca
No.
Let's deep in like 5 yards.
Let's deep what this man just said. You see how see Monts when he wants to be an asshole. He's the best asshole on this app. He just said, I think Luis Enrique's problem is gonna be that his IQ is too high for these players.
Am I lying though?
I'm out, man. I'll lock it off. No way. Did you just indirectly call our players dumb, basically?
Oh yeah, that's the
from a football perspective.
All right, cool. You think so? Tell Henderson to start doing Rodri ball.
You know the funniest moment today. Let me tell you the funniest moment. I know you guys remember this. Take your mind back to the first half. Henderson ran like 4 yards forward with the ball. He got pressed by 2 City players. He panicked so much he just turned around, shook like Shakira, and just kicked it back for no reason. You know the moment I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, but bro, look, the chat's fucking with it. It's not a lie. Like,
have you seen these Luis Enrique rondos where they're like, they sit there, the entire space is about 5 yards, and it's all about quick, snappy football. Could you imagine a rondo consisting of Henderson, Robertson, Milner, Gakpo? Who else have we got who's shit on the ball?
Nunez.
Any midfielder, Chuck Fabinho in there, Nunez. Could you imagine those in a rondo trying to do Luis Enrique? He'd watch it for 5 minutes and then resign. He'd resign. He'd watch our players try and do a rondo and resign.
This is why, listen, if we do get a Luis Enrique or someone who plays that pretty football, they're going to be in for a rude awakening when they step through that door. We'd have to revamp, new midfield. We need to know everything. Just know that. Like, how about this? The guys who can do that, the Thiagos, the Firminos, the Salahs, those guys, there's only 3 of them. I might even sneak Alisson in there.
Diaz could probably do it.
Diaz, Carvalho, maybe. Maybe Carvalho can do it. I'd even say Arthur Melo
would handle a Rondo. Trent handle a Rondo, but that's about it. We're on the ropes.
Arthur Melo's highlights to Liverpool was nutmegging Firmino in training 3 days ago. That was his highlights and his Liverpool highlights, and shaking Pep's hand, obviously. So, yeah, man, there's certain men will just be too smart for this club, innit? Like,
I cannot.
The reason I'm backing Amorim, he plays.
I can't lie to
you. He plays simple football and he wins shit.
Squad, a team with no football IQ, basically. And when I hear the worst part, he wasn't even lying. He ain't even lying.
The reason why it's so funny is
it's true. It's the delivery. You know how yesterday Hamza called Rudiger a thug? You know how? It's the delivery. Man just said, "Oh, I'd like Enrique, but our players have no ball IQ." You know how true and unfortunate that is. Imagine, can you ever find a milkman who's scared of milk? We actually have a few players who are scared of the football. How you play football? You're scared of the ball. Do you
not know that Xavi quote when he came into Barcelona? He was like, "We have to treat the football like it's a gift, not a bomb." Fuck me, our midfielder treats it like it's a fucking nuclear bomb.
Bro,
they don't want it anywhere near them.
They treat it like a C4.
There was one clearance that Robbo made today where he just booted it in the sky.
There's about 4 of them. You sit there. He hasn't cleared it when you're watching Canate. You're watching Fabinho, and they all go. You're watching Gundogan or De Bruyne just take it down. You're going.
I was like, no.
It was fucking. Who was it? It was. It was who came on. It Ox. I think Trent cleared it, or was it whoever cleared it, and he went just straight onto the air, and Ox does this. Oh, fuck. Then he gets run round. He gets run round afterwards. He doesn't move. He just stands there like a fucking statue, like he's in fucking Madame Tussauds.
You lot, I've just seen that second goal back in transition. Oh, awful. Awful.
Fucking shite.
Bro, I honestly, that statement right there is humiliating. Can Linders and his assistant coach even coach a 10? No, they cannot. Because Fabio Carvalho has now been given...
I'm starting to think, did these men actually...
No, but what did Carvalho do? Like, honestly, what did he do wrong? Like, what could he have done?
He had... Carvalho doesn't get a look in because he had technical ability. Carvalho had technical ability, so he doesn't get a look in.
Yes, he has technical ability, but like he's a Portuguese eyelash, let's be honest. He flies with the wind, so he needs to bulk up a bit, but he's still better than... He'd still be something fresh and something new. But what I just think, I'm looking at these man and their decision making. Yeah. Go watch a Robertson.
Send it.
Bad. I'm watching one right now. It's so bad.
Wait there. Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna actually put. Do you reckon there's Henderson comps? Do you reckon people have done Jordan Henderson compilations?
It won't be worse than the RoboComp today. This RoboComp today, I gave Robbo a 2 on my match rating today.
2? I gave him a 0. Straight.
I think I should have given him a 0, bro. Like, it was rude to even. I can't believe I gave.
I'm gonna watch 6 minutes of the best of Jordan Henderson in the 21-22 season.
It's crazy. Do you know what? I'm starting to think that Salah, Mane, and Bobby, the prime trio. I'm starting to think Klopp just told them to do what they do.
Oh yeah,
like on a go have fun thing. Because what happened?
Diaz last season was just told go out there, go stand on the left, and do whatever the fuck you want to do. Just do what you want. Just do you. Do what you do best. Express yourself. Yeah, that's all about. That's all we are.
I think I'm thinking right now. I'm looking at the front three. Yeah. Because, by the way, I agree with Tom. I think Jota in transition in the first half was actually all right. Like, when he was like kind of punching the ball into Gakpo and whatnot. But we actually spent 120 million on two
Oh.
attackers that don't know their best position. Take it in.
No.
We spent 120 million on two attackers that don't know their best position.
I know I'm a rival
Boys,
fan, but
I beg you never put yourself through this Henderson comp I'm watching. 45 seconds in, I've just watched a Jordan Henderson fake shot, and he nearly fucking fell over doing it. That's apparently comp worthy. It's apparently first minute of a comp worthy. I thought the first minute of the comp was supposed to be your best stuff. I've just seen Jordan Henderson nearly trip over trying to do a fake shot against Ashley Westwood. It was Ashley Westwood.
To all players. I know I'm a rival fan, but I need some sort of therapy after what I witnessed earlier. Our game on Tuesday is going to be another snooze fest, so let's all be ready and be depressed together. Big up, Sam. Big up to you, Zach, for the super chat. And hey, you know that game at Anfield, that 0-0 game. I don't know if the guys agree, but it was hands down, the worst game this whole year in the entire league. Hands down, the worst game.
It was the most fucking boring. I turned it off. It was boring.
Liverpool Chelsea or Liverpool Palace?
No, Liverpool Chelsea.
Liverpool Palace. Palace.
Name the Liverpool Chelsea highlight. Name the Liverpool Chelsea highlight.
Name a highlight. The only highlight in that Palace away game at Selhurst was Henderson trying to save Trent's free kick. That was
Palace from conceding.
That was actually great. How about this? That might have been the confidence booster Trent needed to actually play good today. So arguably Henderson's to blame for that as well.
even Zach agrees, man. The absolute bro. That honestly, game, the fact that the highlight of that game is Mudryk dribbling past 98-year-old Milner tells me everything I need to know. Tom, let me just get through the last 3 super chats and then we're gonna rock and roll. You guys are right. Your midfield is really shocking in some sequences. In all sequences, my brother. Those Brentford and Leicester games in particular, any defender would have looked bad. And this is why
Leicester are 18th in the league, and we let Kieran Dewsbury Hall run through us like he was prime Zinedine Zidane in the World Cup.
And we've got to thank Wout Faes for giving us the 3 points. Also, Dean, my brother, they look shocking in all sequences, which is why selection and others get mad when I don't blame Salah, don't blame Van Dijk, because now Van Dijk, instead of having to stop 3 attacks, has to stop 13 attacks because of the midfield. And Salah, instead of having 10 chances, he has 2. So there you are. Big up to Javid, who says, with the terrible state of our midfield, we are in effect playing every game 3 men short. You know today what I called them? You know when people are on the pitch, but they ain't really on the pitch, Javid? You know when they're just there? Numbers on a shirt running around? That's our midfield today. How can Henderson play and he's still non-existent? How can Elliott play and he's still non-existent? How can they actively be on the pitch but not be in my mind anyway or anyhow? Wild. LJ says, I apologize, Husam. Robertson is trash, like you said. Hey, Tom Little didn't give me that apology, but it is what it is.
Because one game doesn't change.
Do you know what I want to know? I want to know halftime talks because Brighton, seconds after the halftime whistle, we concede. Madrid, just go in at halftime 2-2. If you ask anyone, would you go in halftime against Madrid with this Liverpool team? Would you go in at 2-2?
Probably said yes.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Bite your fucking hand off for that.
100%. City at the Etihad, 1-1 at halftime, and you've only been slightly worse. You've only been slightly worse than City. You upset before the game. Would you take that at halftime? I go absolutely. So why is it in the Madrid game it took about 90 seconds to concede? Why in today's game it took us now in about 90 seconds to concede again? What is he telling these men at halftime? I want to know what he's saying to these men at halftime.
Do you know what it is, Monts? Do you know what it is? It's that, it fucking pissed me off. The shit kickoff that we do. What is the point of this kickoff that we do? Where we pass it back to the right centre back and then boot it up to the left winger. We have not won a single one of those in about 5 months, and yet we persist with doing it. And then we wonder why it don't work, and we wonder why opposition teams can attack us early on. The last time we won it, and I might be forgetting one, so please correct me if I'm wrong. The last time we won one of those was the fucking Champions League final in 2019. 2019. The last time we got close to winning one was when Sadio Mane elbowed Azpilicueta in the face last year at Stamford Bridge. But we still persisted. I don't know if you ever played Far Cry 3. You know when that Vash comes on, he goes, do you know what the definition of insanity is? Do you know what the definition of insanity is? Where you sit there and do the same thing over and over and over and over again and expect different things. That's our fucking team with 90% of our football. But guess what? Half our fan base fucking praise it. We praise it.
Oh,
We
we've been
applaud
praising
them for
mediocrity.
it.
We've been praising mediocrity this whole season. They crucified me when I said we are praising runs. We've got to the point in the season where we praise runs in behind and chaos. That's what we praise. So don't be surprised, Tom, when we're praising the same old over the top diagonal when we go for a kickoff. That's what we do. That's what we do. The only person we hold to a high standard in this club is Mo Salah.
We don't hold him to a high standard. We hold him to fucking hold Salah to Messi standards, and everyone else to fucking Salif Diao.
But that's what I'm saying. Because Salah isn't Messi, he's not good enough. He's not good enough.
We won't get an attacker as good as Mo Salah for generations, and our fan base will have treated him like he was fucking Bruno Cheru.
Mate, who just said I look like Ansu Fati? Own up. Fucking own up. Fucking own up. Fucking own up. Who said who? Fucking oh man. No.
Alex
Broski. Thank you.
I can see, I can see it.
I
Play
love
them
for
on
Buba to come
Fati.
back, by the way. The attack looked so much better back then. I'm gonna be real with you, so much better.
The only thing with Bubac though, our defending was terrible.
Our defending on the Buvac was just vibes. We've got 4 defenders that have got to get on the pitch.
What is this? Hey, that vibes was better than these vibes. The Bubac vibe was bad, but this is terrible, calamitous.
No, I don't think nothing will ever top Buvac vibes of conceding 4 to Bournemouth. You know when we were like 3-1 up and we held 3 in 5 minutes to Bournemouth because of the vibes of our defending then.
Yeah.
Like our defender now is shit. I'm not going to argue that it isn't. It's awful. But we let Nathan Ake, we let Steve Cook, and we let Josh King get 3 goals in 5 minutes against us one season. So it wasn't as bad as that. Steve Cook, and it weren't even a header. It was a fucking shot. We let their shit centre back score a shot. And people want to defend this defending.
Do you remember what Salah used to do to Bournemouth, by the way? Do you remember the stuff he used to do to them? What Salah used to do to Bournemouth.
He used to not celebrate goals against them because he was a fucking formality. He bagged a hat-trick where the closest thing he got to a celebration was tying his shoelace.
Steve Cook studded the back of his calf and he just carried on running and took it around the keeper and then faked the player on the line. Ake fell in the net and he just scored.
Now he can't even put a fucking penalty in.
Do you know what's mad?
Guys, before we start our last segment, 500 people watching us, guys. 300 likes is the target. Slap that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Big up to Ryan, Amin, Momo, Chainsaw, Tipzo, Jake, Felipe, Midway Selection, Morshin, Sidi, Messi FC, Joseph, Chike, Zach, Dean, Javid, and LJ for the super chats. Big up to every single person always sending in super chats, showing us all the love and support. Make sure you slap that like button. Hit likes, guys. It's 2:55 a.m. in Jordan. And I'm up talking about this crap game. So slap that like button. Subscribe to This Is Football. Speaking of Mo Salah, by the way.
Hold on. Stop the stream.
Yes.
Stop the stream. Stop the fucking stream. Why does Ollie Watkins have more goals than Nunez, bro?
There you are. Ollie Watkins has bagged in his last 5 away games.
Bro, he's balling up, cuz. He's balling up.
Monts, we all know as well what's going to come out in the summer.
He's so shit. He is so shit.
We all know what's going to come out in the summer as well. Jurgen Klopp is a big fan of Ollie Watkins. He believes his dynamic and gives something to this Liverpool attack. The 26-year-old also fits Liverpool's profile for a future attacker.
Hey, Unai Emery. Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
I just don't believe it.
Wait, Brennan Johnson.
Oh my!
He does. Wait, Chirelli's lying. He does. Oh my gosh! There is no way Brennan Johnson got the same amount of goals as Nunez.
He does.
Oh, he fucking does. And they praise this guy. Alright, It's fine. I'm back now. Cool. Let's move on.
Speak on it. The Salah disrespect from your
Oh.
fan base is shameful. Imagine people like that. Anfield Agenda dude and Paddy Murphy hate him. Felipe, you know what it is? If you want me to just debunk the Salah disrespect in one sentence, it's as follows. They describe Mo
no.
Salah. Tom, I'm in the middle of the sentence. They describe Mo Salah like he's Jamie Vardy, but they've got Lionel Messi expectations of him. They say he's just a goal scorer, but then they want him to dribble past 15 guys and score a goal. So decide, is he Jamie Vardy or is he Messi? Choose one. Simple as.
Oh no.
What, Tom? Say it.
Harvey Barnes has more goals than Darwin Nunez this season.
What?
Harvey Barnes has more goals than Darwin Nunez this season.
No, but Tom, I sat here and I listed all the players who have more goals than Darwin.
Danny Ings has the same amount. Danny Ings has been injured for half the fucking season.
Husam, do you remember when I sat here and I said I listed all the players who have more goals than Darwin Nunez? And one of them was Pascal Grob, by the way, at the time. Yes, Pascal. Pascal who? Pascal who? Who?
Pascal Gross.
And Husam, I was sat there and they crucified me. Yeah. What is your opinion on that, Sam? I need to get your take on this. Maybe what it is, I'm still dying on this hill, innit? Maybe I'm still dying on this hill. But is 8 goals okay? Because I really don't think it is. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Let me know. How many goals does Firmino have? Fuck this. How many goals does Firmino have?
Firmino has 8.
Oh, just fuck off. Oh, just fuck off. He's already making. Don't do anything. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off, blood. Fuck off, man. He's the guy that don't even score goals.
Firmino also.
He started 11 games. Firmino has 12 in 11 games.
Firmino has more assists as well.
Yo. It's chaos though, right? Right? It's chaos though, right?
Oh no.
Yeah?
Solly March has more GA this season than fucking Nunez. Solly March.
Solly who?
Solly March.
Hey, McAllister on 8 goals as well. McAllister's on the same amount of goals as well.
That best not be Matthias Jensen has the same amount of GA as fucking Darwin Nunez.
What? You're lying to me. You are lying to me. How many goals?
Who else has got? Brian and Buemo has the same amount. Granit Xhaka has the same amount. No way. Jack Harrison is one behind, as is Andres Pereira.
Kai Havertz has 1 goal less.
Listen, man.
Speak on it.
Bro, I am not a Nunez hater. All my thing is as follows.
Speak.
In the summer, I said this guy's gonna come good, but I'll take time. And I said we can't afford time right now. And I was right. Maybe he just this is the difference between us and Real Madrid, right? On a real level. Real Madrid bring in Chouameni, Camavinga, Valverde, whilst Kroos, Modric, and Casemiro are there. They sell Casemiro, and in the summer after they get rid of Kroos, maybe the one after they get rid of Modric, step by step. For us, we keep Salah, Mane, Firmino. We use them like a bar of soap, in the words of Greg Popovich, until there's absolutely nothing left. And then we bring in the new guy. This is the thing for me. Like, I'm not going to blame Nunez. I think Nunez, there's a player there. There's a player that can become something for us. But I just think it's too early to expect him to get to the high level directly. So, it is
By
what
the way,
is.
don't take this as me slagging off Nunez. It's just some of how shit our season is that I'm sitting there going, Solly March has more GA than
No.
An attacker, I think, is good.
I'm worse. I am. Do you know why? Because it is any other team with that price tag, that player, and we use these reasons to protect him. We laugh at them and we cuss them out, and we cuss their player, and we cuss everything about the protection about it. It's so two-faced. It's a joke. I was part of the Werner laughing league. I was at the front. I was at the front of that. This is why I can't bring myself to talk about chaos, because I was at the front of the Timo Werner laughing league. I had my pitchfork.
Monts, were you one of the ones who said if he was playing under Klopp, he'd get good numbers?
Maybe once or twice.
We all done it. We all sat there watching Werner and went, you know, if he was on the Klopp, he'd cook. Get him under Jurgen Klopp, he would have gotten mad numbers.
He'd come good. He'd come good. Like, give him a year to adapt and he'd cook on the Klopp. That was my take still. But now we're here. How about this? Cool. This is what it is.
I'm done with this.
We protected Prime Firmino. How about this? Remember the battles we had to do to protect Firmino when he was.
Oh my God, we were at war. We were at war back in Bobby.
Remember how we had to try and explain what Firmino does to Arsenal fans? Yeah, we had to try. And now that they have Gabriel Jesus, they now see what we was trying to tell them. Yeah. You see, Werner, what Chelsea fans were trying to tell us. They were trying to tell us. And now that we employ Nunez, we see. Or we don't see, because they're using the same excuses. Because one has tats and he has better hair.
No, I prefer. I actually quite like Nunez. I like Nunez.
Bro,
the thing is, and you know what? Chelsea fans liked Werner as well.
Yeah, like bro, there were Chelsea fans saying Werner will come good in it, and don't get it twisted, bro. We know Nunez will come good in the year. We know that.
There was Chelsea fans sitting there saying they didn't want to sell Werner because he ran hard. We're in the same situation now.
Bro, we know. How about this? We know Nunez will come good eventually. But this squad is aging. And by the time the squad is aged, Nunez will be a good player in a shit team. Making the purchase useless.
No, he'd be like, you know, when Kawhi came through at the Spurs and you had Tim Duncan, you had Manu Ginobili, you had Tony Parker, they were all getting old. By the time Kawhi got good, all them three were gone because they got too old and they fucked off. That's what we'll be like. Nunez will get good and he's got to deal with fucking Harvey Elliott and Dominic Corness up top.
It's mad. It's mad. And look, and Husam's in the background sitting there smoking, because he doesn't want to speak on it. He doesn't want to speak on it that we purchased someone for 100 million. Purchased him for 80 million. And each goal in the league represents 10 million. He's averaging 10 million a goal. Yo.
Do you understand how peak it is, Monts?
Nunez, it's not your fault. It's Klopp's fault. By the way, it's Klopp's fault. Fuck you, Klopp.
I need to check something. Otherwise, I'm gonna go back shit insane. I need to check something about.
He's like my father. That like, it's now a love hate. It was love and now it's love hate.
Klopp, 100%. Look, you know, it's like you know when you've got a dog that you can tell is, you know, the past the day. You've got to let them go, but you're sitting there watching them going. But I can remember all the good stuff you don't. I don't want to. That's what I'm like with Klopp. I know he needs to go because we're towing the line of mediocrity. But I don't want to because I love the man. Wait there. Let me just run through. Oh my God. Fabio Carvalho's our 5th top scorer this season.
What? You're lying.
Fabio Carvalho's our 5th top scorer this season.
Bro. Do you know what's mad? What's Anthony's GA?
I think Anthony's
must
got
be
like
terrible.
5 or something. Let me double
Anthony's
check.
GA must be like stinky as fucking it. It must be horrific.
Anthony has 3 goals
And no assist.
and no so 3 GA in the Prem.
He stinks of shit. He stinks of shit. Sorry, that's very random. Forget I said that. He stinks of shit. But
Who've we got? Who's got more GA than him? Because I'm sure there's a stat for. Yeah, there is. Simicast has more GA than fucking. Anthony.
oh yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Simicast has 4 assists in 6 starts for Liverpool. By the way, so you know that, innit?
He does, yeah.
You know, no. You know that's better GA than some of the best wing backs in the league this season, right?
I know it is, yeah. I know it is.
Simicast has low key been our best wing back all season.
Look at fucking Husam. Look at Husam.
4 assists.
he's getting the Simicast bot, so he's putting your full screen. Look at him. Look at him.
I'll say it one more time. 4 assists in 6 starts. By the way.
Let me just. Oh, I can't do all comps, can I? The fucking shit website doesn't do all comps. In the Prem, Harvey Elliott has as many GA as Anthony. Harvey Elliott has as many GA as Anthony.
Wait, there's no way Billing is 2 goals behind.
Nunez. Yeah, he is.
No way.
Yeah, he is.
No way.
Oh, no, he is. He is.
How many assists does Billing have?
2, I think. I'll double check right now for you.
Yeah, he's got 1. He's got 1.
1.
So 6 goals, 1 assist. He ain't that far off.
He's 4 GA behind Nunez, and this is Philip fucking Billing.
Yeah. Hey, there's no way, bro. Julian Alvarez has 6 Premier League goals. Yo, that's not far off either.
You know what this is? I didn't realize just how deep in the mud we were. You know, I didn't realize just how deep in the mud we were. But going through this shit, we are deep in the mud. You know,
we are stinky as fuck.
We are the most bang average team you've ever seen play Premier League football. And you know what's worse? Some of our fucking fans have title aspirations with this shit. Roberto Firmino's 5th choice attacker last year. He got fucking 10 starts all season. Right now, he's our 2nd highest GA. 2nd highest.
On 11 starts, take it in.
AJ says Jack Grealish, that's how we spend 100 mil, bro. He cost 64 mil. You get me? Not 100. So,
bro, he cost 64.1 million. Yes.
Nunez is gonna come good. I stick by it. But this season, he was never gonna do it for us this season.
What happened to Ford truck? What happened to the F1 Ford truck? What happened to all that?
Listen, you can change your opinion. He moved.
Got tired of being corned. He got tired.
Montel Brown. If I don't reach out to this camera and I slap the crap out of you, me tired of being corned. Me. Have you met me? Me tired of being corned. Me. Have you know how many times I've got to be corned? Do you know what I've got to deal with Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday now? Do you know what I've got to deal with?
I'm not saying. Hey, listen. Just know.
Alvarez cost 40 million. Gakpo 40 million. Nunez 80 million. We okay.
Bro,
thank you.
You know we have the same opinion on Nunez, isn't it? You know we have the same opinion on Nunez. But the difference is, see the way I say it with chest. I say that shit with chest. I just don't hold back. We say the same shit. Is he gonna come good in the year? Of course he's gonna come good in the year. Is he gonna be? Has he got qualities to be a great striker? Of course he does. But is this season good enough? Of course it isn't. But I just don't say it like that. I say it with chest. With chest.
Lad, where's Trent? Where's Trent on the assist table? Where's Trent?
Bro, he's like 50th. Let's not even do this. Anyway, listen.
In hell.
In hell. Time out. Tom and Monts, I can't lie to you. I'm going to just wrap it up here. It's 3:15 a.m. I'm going to need to go eat. I need to get myself a shower. I cannot do this anymore because now Tom's going to go into a mental breakdown. Monts is already at that level anyway. Everyone watching this right now, we're going to wrap it up here.
Alex Iwobi has more assists than Trent.
Tom, can I please wrap up? Can I please wrap up, Tom? Thank you. Big up to you guys. Make sure you slap the like button. Make sure you subscribe to This Is Football if you're yet to do so. Everyone right now, my man putting up solid march. Make sure you like the video.
Hold on, one thing before it's a quick one. What position would we be without Alisson Becker this season?
17.
17th. Monts, what position would we be without Alisson Becker this season? You put in a bang average keeper. What position would we be?
Ooh, 16th.
18th. 18th. We're in the relegate. We're Leicester. We're Leicester without Alisson. That's how shit we are.
Imagine we kept Danny Ward. So, everyone watching us right now, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Big up to Ryan, Amin, Momo, Chainsaw, Tibzo, Jake, Felipe. Big up to you, Habibi. Big up to Midway Selection. Once again, big up Morshin, Siddi, Messi FC, Joseph. Big up to you, Nigel, no the carry last. Big up to Chike. Big up to Zach, my brother in Chelsea hell. Big up to you. Big up to Dean, Javid, LJ, Pacman, and AJ for the super chats. Make sure you guys slap the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe to This Is Football. We're gonna go now to these lovely two, and they're gonna let you know where you can find them. Thomas Little, there's 500 people watching. Don't give no dumbass response. Where can people find you?
I've got a channel now, so there's no point in me giving a dumbass response. It's Tom Little on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, the works. Match I've got my own fucking individual match reaction tomorrow. That'll be a fucking fun one, won't it? Once I've cooled off, that'll be a fucking fun one. I have a feeling that a certain Brazilian midfielder who wears the number 3 will be told to fuck off out of this club in no uncertain terms. But that's just a gut feeling. If you want to go see what actually happens, go watch the stream tomorrow.
Guys, this bastard's on 306 subscribers. Make sure to go subscribe. Get him to 350 minimum. Everyone right now go subscribe. Monts, where can people find you?
Hey guys, Monts here. You can find me on Big Sixpence. And later today, during the roundup, I'm going to get they are going to crucify me. When these man get hold of me, I'm finished. So if you want to see me get corned, and maybe one day one of you guys will come and help me, because it's going to be one of those help me situations. 7:30 UK time, be there. So please subscribe to Big Sixpence. We are 4 subscribers away from 3,700, and then we are nearly on the straight to 4K. We only hit 3,000 about 6.5 weeks ago. So to hit 4K maybe in the space of 2.5 months would be crazy. So 500 people in here, guys. At least get me to 3.7K, please, guys.
Big up, Monts, man. Anyway, guys, tomorrow, inshallah, Newcastle United watch along. Newcastle, make me happy, bro. Please, you lovely Geordies, make me happy. And as always, Tom Little, Monts, thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys go subscribe to their channels. I was so mad I had to do another,
We here for therapy on Monday, Husam. We here for...
Yeah,
I just need to pencil it into my diary.
Yeah,
we here for therapy on Monday, sound.
Yeah, probably 11. Months, I'd have to tell him on the day because he's a celebrity now. Make sure to go subscribe to their channels, guys. Great content creators, great guys. Make sure to go follow them on all the platforms. I will see you guys tomorrow, inshallah. Peace. Oh, Ernie, you think we're still in the top 4 race? God bless your soul. God bless you. Honestly, God bless you.
Boy, are we gonna enjoy? Are we gonna enjoy Conference League next year?
I'm not even gonna entertain that. See you guys, man.